So we enter the January transfer window and we've got bids in already for some of our players. We're going to do the whole January in this episode. Roll the intro. No, I won't stop. So it's the 2nd of January, second day into the window, and we've got that deal that we'll come to in a minute. We've got bids for Adam Ida. Marin is the one you saw on the home screen. Lots of interest in our players. We've got Javier Chia down to a new contract, 2036, because his was expiring. He signed it in the end of December. But yeah, I'm not against moving on Abel because he's been pretty rubbish when he's played compared to the rest of the team. It'll be a nice healthy profit. I just feel like we've got a lot of potential outs, and I'm looking for, if we sell Marin, and we will get onto that bid in just a second, these are the people, because you've got to remember, backup right back, pretty much. Gunnlaugsson, as much as he's splitting opinion in the comments, Gunnlaugsson is our starting right back. So, interesting thing I was meant to say, I've looked at my analytics, and it's something like 56% or even more than that, might be 70% of the viewers who view my videos are unsubscribed to the channel. So just go down and tickle that bell, click the subscribe button, tickle the bell, get notified when I go live on a video or a stream, and that would be lovely. But yes, anyway, Marin we've been playing as a backup right back, right? He can't cross, can't dribble, got good stats for a defender, 30 years old. We'll get onto the offer for him in a minute. Gunnlaugsson is our starting right back, so we're looking for a backup right back. And the players that I have noted down are Danny Oliver, after I've done my scouting before the January. Not too bad. Crossings, dribbling's not very good. He's okay. He's what I'd want as a backup. He's 28, never capped by England. He's relatively cheap, £5.5 million. He's done pretty well, 6.7, 6.8, 6.7. He's played in Serie A, he's played in Liga. I think as a backup right back, he could be pretty decent. The other one is a bit more of he would be a sort of stopgap, I reckon. We could bring him in. He's 35, Joe Gomez, but for 275k, he can't really run. But if we just got him to literally defend as fullback as a different option, I think he could do a good job. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get your feedback on this about what decision to make. So I'm going to have to take a gamble. But I like the fact that if Gunnlaugsson's injured, we literally just take Joe Gomez and we play him as a defensive centre-back, defensive fullback. Don't really ask him to push up too much. Just ask him to stay back, tackle the ball, pass to someone better than him. Or Danny Oliver, who we've just looked at, and now it wasn't on my list just to go back to it. Or Danny Oliver, who's slightly more attacking, shorter. Joe Gomez is a better defender, and I think Joe Gomez could do the attacking thing. Obviously, Gomez is 35, so we're not going to be looking at him long term. We'd probably be looking to bring in someone else in the summer. But Gunnlaugsson is going to be our starting right back. So by the end of this window, we'll probably bring in one of those players as a backup right back. However, the big news is we have a £56 million bid for Ezekiel Marin, who has been playing mainly at right back. If we go to his form, so fullback, central defender, fullback, central defender, wing back. So I think we can afford to cash in on him. We've got better centre backs at the club, and the offer from China is £56 million, which we'll get because he'll play 50 games for them, and all the rest of it is cash, so that's all right. History wise, 15 games this season, 6.89, 30 years old. We bought him in for what, 26.5 million? I think I just accept it and say, yeah, off you go. Free up over 100 grand in the wage budget, put a load more money into the coffers. I think we go for it. I'm going to go for it. I don't need to negotiate it. Ezekiel Marin, maybe moving to China. We'll see how that unfolds. But we'll be back for any other news that happens when it appears. See you in a bit. So, transfer update. Aaron Colclough, £31 million, could potentially be joining. He's interested in us. Not really Arsenal or Wolves, as you would expect. But Ezekiel Marin is going to be moving to China for £56 million. So we're going to let him go. So it looks like at the moment a defender out and an English central midfielder potentially joining, because we're a little bit short in central midfield. We've got Bonin and Bunga in the more defensive midfield role that we play, and then we've got Vincent and Pablo Diego, who's back from loan, to play in the Mizala role, and I just think he's a wonder kid, so he's obviously got some good potential, but he's not quite ready for the first team, whereas Aaron Clough, I feel, can come in, valued at 50 million. We've offered them 36 and they've accepted it. It's 15 million front and then 16 million over 3 years. I just feel like, and I gave him his England debut, and he scored for me as England manager, so I'm already one of his favoured personnel, former manager, which is a bit weird because it's not. I'm still his current manager. I'm still the England manager. So we're going to go and try and get Aaron Clough. We'll start the negotiations in here. I want him as a regular. Well, actually, I want him as a sort of squad player. He's probably not going to say. Oh, he is happy to say yes to a squad player. Okay. We'll see what Pearson suggests. They never go for the contract extension. Wage after 5 international appearances. I mean, he's not one of the best midfielders. So if we make that 10 and lock it, and then we'll just drop this down to 80 to 200. He'll negotiate this. It's fine. But he wants 135 grand a week straight off the bat. I love the fact they're allowed to remove things that you put in as a fixed, and when it's your turn to do it, you can't. So seems fair, Football Manager. Seems fair. We'll go 90k. We'll give you 3 million, 29, 11.5, 14.5, 29 grand appearance. It's not my money, is it? It's not my money. You want 130 now? I don't want to give you 3.5 million. I don't want to give you 130 million. That's extortionate. No, I'm not giving you over 100. I'm not giving you over 100 grand a week because that's just not on. You want 120 grand a week. Okay, we're going to give you... Right, we're going to give you 82, and then we will add in a... Let's go for... wage after reaching international appearances. After 5 games, we'll then give you 100 grand. And you might say no. Yeah, he said no, so he may end up moving somewhere else. But there you go. Failed transfer negotiations 101 with Colchester left. And a big turn up for the books. Literally the next day, he moved to Wolves for 97 grand. I don't know if we'll be able to see his contract. We can still see his contract. So he's got a 5-year... 150. I'm going to just give him 5 caps so that Wolves have to pay him 155 grand a year. What a little bastard. What a little bastard. Oh well, I mean, it wasn't a prime position we needed to improve, but I'm a bit gutted we missed out. I think he's going to be pretty good. They got him a little bit cheaper than we were coughing up as well, so we'll have to see what happens. At the moment, no other deals. Marin has confirmed that he's left, but yeah, at the moment, no other ins, no other outs. Adam Ida may be moving to Eindhoven. He rejected Ajax, but he moved. Oh, Brett Higgins, yeah, you're off. You're moving, Brett. You're joining Minnesota out in the MLS on a free transfer. They've offered you a deal at the end of your contract. Kem Win has had a number of offers, one of them being River Plate in Argentina, which would be very interesting. I tried to give you a new contract. You said you turned us down, and yeah, River Plate have offered you a chance. So who knows? So quick update before we get into the second game of January. We beat Newcastle 4-0. Very convincing. Oh, we beat Doncaster 4-1 in the FA Cup as well. But very convincing against Newcastle. 4-0 win at home. Charlie Chalk with 2. Gashi and Vincent with 1 each. A little injury picked up by Pablinho after he came on. Paulo Cesar picked up the injury. But nothing too much to worry about. Norwich up next. We've got a little bit of transfer news. We've made an offer for Joe Gomez as that backup right back that I'd like. 35, but I think he'll be fine for 6 months. Abel has had a bid of £32 million from Anderlecht. We've accepted it, but there's much more interest in him now. Adam Ida rejected Eindhoven, but he's got another number of offers. Slavia, Prague and Club Brugge also trying to get him on a free transfer. If that goes through, then we'll try and sell him straight away because I don't think he's really needed. Kem Win has got lots of clubs interested in him and he's deciding who to move to on a free. Again, we may see if we can get the deal done straight away. And Savobda, the goalkeeper, is looking to move to Fylde or MK Dons on loan. And that is your transfer roundup. We'll be back. Is Steve Milner going to be sold? No one wants him. We sold him for 20 million. And we've got a 30% sell-on clause. Is that 30% of the profit? I'm going to sell that clause because I don't think we're going to get more for him than we did. And the other one is Marcus Proza, 40% sell-on clause. We sold him to Coventry for 20. I'm just going to sell that clause. What's the point in that? Yeah, we'll sell that one as well. Just get that little bit of cash. Not that we need it, but we'll sell them. We'll sell those clauses. I don't think that's too much of a big deal. But yeah, so a little bit of a catch up for you there, a bit of a round up. It could be Abel out on his way if he moves to Anderlecht, but as I said, he's got a lot of interest in him from other clubs. So we're trying to build up a bidding war. The bid is accepted for 32 million from Anderlecht. We've now offered him out for 34 million. And we can go from there and try and build it up. So we'll be back with any more transfer news as this progresses. So we successfully beat Norwich 2-1 as well. But big news, a big money offer for Anthony Bonin, our central midfielder, who Arsenal have wanted him for a while. £42 million he's worth. He's got a release fee of 75 million, but Arsenal aren't in the Champions League. They're actually quite a way below us in the table. It's 44.5 million, so I'm going to try and get a little bit more out of them. And I don't mind if they do it in installments, but we're going to go 40 down, and then we're going to go 70 million. I'll take 70 million. They're happy with 70 million. Wow, how old? He's 26. I mean, again, he's not the best. I think we could reinvest that money. 15 appearances last season, 15 appearances, and we bought him in on a free. £70 million. Yeah, I'm accepting that. Straight off the bat, I probably could have got more. Barcelona are interested as well. So, I mean, do we offer him to Barcelona for 80? Do we just go 80 million to Barcelona? Why not? If they're in the Champions League, if they come in and do the big offer, then that's fine. Ken Wynn getting more offers. Unfortunately, Ken doesn't want to move to us. What we are going to do, though, is recall him from his loan so that we can push through the... oh, no, he does want to talk now. Or a squad player. He probably won't be a squad player. You can be an impact sub for us. You're happy with that? Let's see what you're on. 28 grand. You're on 1.1 at the moment. I don't think I can afford to give you that sort of jump. We'll give you 14 to start. Let's start negotiations at 14, and we're not going to give you that pay rise. This isn't going to go well for you, Ken. This is not going to go well for you. We're going to go up to 18 as a max. And you're not getting a yearly wage rise, but we will chuck in a minimum fee release clause. Let's put that in there at like 20 million. And we'll give you a increase in wages after you've played 30 games. We'll increase your wage to 28. So we'll give you a 10 grand pay rise. Yeah, he's happy with that. So Ken may be staying, which is good. But no chance, no doubt we'll probably sell him as we go on. So Ken Wynn is back. Gomez, we're having a chat around as well, as I said, for a emergency backup right back. Doesn't have the pace, but he would be the defensive option that we put in. An English player as well, which we do need a few more of. So yeah, I'm happy with an emergency backup. I want to give you a 1-year deal. Like so. We'll give you 50 grand a week for 1 year. I think that's alright. I'm going to lock that in. And he wants 3 grand more a week. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'll do that for a little 1 year deal. I think that's not too bad for... Yeah, I think giving him, 6 months, it's basically a year and a half, isn't it? It's like 18 months because it'll be next year it runs out. And by which time we'll probably release him on a free. But I'm happy with that. So if there's any more transfer news, we'll be back. So Joe Gomez is joining the club, the veteran centre-back / right-back. We're going to use him for mentoring, backup defensive right-back. Should be interesting. Lots of news around... can you remember this guy? Carlos Esteban Trotta. He's just moved for like potentially 15.5 million again. A great little pickup from Independiente, and we've sold him on twice. So lovely. Well, we've sold him on, and then Salzburg sold him on as well. He's moved to Porto. Good for him. But lots of news. If we go to the social feed, lots of stuff around Amir Abel having... Yeah, should Amir Abel be signed? Yes, from Gangs Who Everglade. We've had loads of those little polls pop up. Shanghai, should they sign him? Nims, should they sign him? So I'll keep offering out at the moment. Anderlecht 32 million is the only offer we've got, but let's see how it goes. Next up, we've got Colchester in the cup, but we'll be back for transfer news as it happens. So the next bit of news, it looks like Anthony Bonin is moving for £70 million to Arsenal. I think he has got a bit of potential, but no caps for France. Technical stats aren't very good. We're not playing him as a halfback. We're playing him in here as a central midfielder on defend, which he can do. But I think there's better out there that we can do. It's another foreign player off the bill, so we can replace him with a foreigner if we want to. And he'll be getting a better wage there. And I think we might as well cash in on him. 1 year left on his contract. For 70 million, I think it's a no-brainer. So off goes Anthony Bonin as well. We've got our scouts very busy on the go at the moment, but we are building up a good little bit of money. So that could potentially go up to like 150 million or so by this point. So we'll keep an eye out for who's there, but watch this space and see who we can bring in to upgrade the squad. But for now, other news: Adam Ida has agreed to join Slavia Prague at the end of his contract. We can't offer him to him at the moment, but yeah, I don't mind keeping him for the last 6 months and then moving him on when the time's right. But for now, the big news: Anthony Bonin is going to be joining Arsenal by the looks of things, as we unlock the cash to burn thing. And yeah, £70 million. There you go. And we've got coming up Leicester and then Man United. But it's been a pretty busy transfer window, and as I said, it's more outs than ins, and that's the key at the moment. So Joe Gomez the only in, and Anthony Bonin out for £70 million, Marin out for 45, Gunnarsson out for 2.2. Busy times on the old fax machine over at Folkestone. So in a whopping bit of profit, Amir Abel is moving to Anderlecht for £32 million plus 25% of profit they make on the next sale. He is good. He's just not cutting it for us. He's not getting enough game time. I'm playing other people ahead of him, and we found him and bought him for 625k. He went to Brighton and did pretty well. Not had the chance at Folkestone. I think cash in, get the money, because that's a lot of money. 32 million's a lot of money, so we'll accept that, and he can go off to Anderlecht, who I'm sure will get the best out of him. We're just about to play Man United on today's game. We've got a few other results that have come through. So we beat Colchester 2-1 in the cup. We beat Leicester 3-1. We're having a very, very good January at the moment, which leaves us in 5th position, 3 points behind Liverpool, who have got a game in hand on us. So maybe the Champions League is just out of reach still. We do have 2 points ahead of Spurs, who also have a game in hand on us. So it should be very interesting to see how this all unfolds. Scouts are out there doing their things. We are looking for new signings. Obviously, we've got a bit of space opening up in the team. However, Pablo Diego has come back from his loan spell in Flamengo, where he won back-to-back Serie A titles with Flamengo. He played against Colchester and scored a very nice goal. He could well be the Mazzala backup we're looking for. Give him some game time. And Firmino is also back from his Flamengo loan spell. He played against Colchester as well. Didn't do very well. Came off in that game, but we're going to keep an eye on him. He's a striker who's not really made to fit our system. He's very quick, but his finishing and composure isn't the best, so we may look to cash in on him as well, because we've bought him in for 15 million and his price has skyrocketed already. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens there. But we'll be back for any other news as we get towards a deadline day. So here we are then, into deadline day, and we're going to obviously take part, because I think I've got a feeling it could be quite busy. Generally, January has been superb for us on the pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, 6 wins out of 7 and a draw away at Old Trafford as well. Really good performances. Coming up next though, Chelsea, a massive game against Chelsea, because the league table is looking like this. They are currently top, 6 points ahead of Man United, who have a game in hand, so it could be 3 points. Man City are there as well. They could go level on points with Chelsea. Liverpool are up there as well. Then us on 47. We've played 1 extra game than Spurs and have a 2-point advantage over them. So we're putting ourselves into the mix for the Champions League. It may be a little bit too much of a push for this year, but we'll have to wait and see. But you can see Charlie Chalk up there with 15 goals. But Espesh, 28 goals this season in the league alone is absolutely phenomenal. 28 and 24. A world-class striker. He's absolutely unbelievable. But we have one big deal potentially in the pipeline. We rejected a £52 million bid for Javier Chia, our right winger. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens there. He's still got clubs interested in him. It came from Man City, the big deal. Jordan Vincent still got clubs interested in him. Firmino, who's out with a virus at the moment, has got lots of interest in loans bids for him. But we'll see what happens in deadline day. And there'll be a lot of cuts here while we come back with other news, I'm sure. And the first bit of news is an interesting one. 30-year-old world-class midfielder Iaxi Moriba, who I've had in the Spanish national team, is going to be joining for 50-ish million pounds. 52, I think it is, maybe 53 million pounds. Absolute brilliant player. Absolutely brilliant. Not really featuring for Chelsea at the moment, but when he has done very well. They're letting him go because he's not playing too often. He's on a big wage there, 300k. That's coming down to around about 200k for us a week. Very excited. Yeah, he's a bit old, but I mean, come on. I think what we've missed is a world-class central midfielder, and this guy is coming in. So Iaxi Moriba joins the team. Absolutely incredible. When you think we've sold Bonin for 70 million and we've bought in Moriba for 53, that's a significant upgrade. Absolutely significant. So yeah, very interesting. We'll be back to see if there's any other news. Ken Wynn got a lot of loan interest in him at the moment. So a big bid from Chelsea of £51 million for Jordan Vincent. He's got a release fee, and that's what they're going to have to pay if they want to take him away. The good space we've got at the moment is that if anybody wants to buy our very good players, they're going to have to pay their release fee. Discuss issue with Vincent. You have a release clause set in your contract. Chelsea are aware of it. They're going to have to pay for it. I'm not willing to risk him being of my team being surrendered to the whims of an individual. You're going nowhere. Or money talks. Do you want a pay rise? No. Okay. I'm not happy with how you dealt with it, but they've got to pay the release fee, mate. That is what they've got to do. As well, news is happening. We haven't got... It's more about the outs, to be honest. Firmino, we've got clubs interested in him, but no one's willing to take the bite. Mark Hughes is the manager of Leicester. They've got no one willing to take the bite. I don't care about Max Death at the moment. Sorry about that. But yeah, Firmino is transfer listed, but yeah, no one willing to bite at the moment, but wanted by 15 clubs. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. So with an hour and 15 minutes to go of deadline day, we've made a £29.5 million bid for Max Dummermuth, who we're hoping to bring in as a sort of squad rotation sort of player. Worth 59 million, had 2 really good seasons with Atletico Madrid, and even before that as well. So he's been pretty damn good for them, and he's transfer listed. And I found this guy, and I thought, not as a striker, but as a backup, as an inverted winger to Chia, or maybe as the right-sided player, he could be very, very useful. Just as an all-round player, I think he could be very, very good. So we're going to go into the negotiations. He's keen to move to us. He wants to be that squad player that we want, which is great. We're going to try and lowball him here because he's so desperate to move. So hopefully, yeah, we've got an hour to get this done. He wants 170. So let's see if we can get 140. 165. He wants about 150 then probably. So we'll go 150k a week. 155 now. Come on, 150. There you go. He's happy with that. Are we going to get this done before the deadline? Just to bolster the squad a little bit, we are set to sign. Except that, an hour and 15 to go. It's all gone through very quickly. The fax machine's working wonderfully, and there we go. I'm very happy with that. So squad rotation, don't even need to get rid of a foreigner because we've got a space in the squad for him, and I am happy with how our squad is looking now. Very, very happy with that. Let's give him a shirt number. Max Dummermuth can come in and have the number 16, I think. That will suit him well. He looks like a number 16 sort of player. But I think you might be able to argue not too many appearances this season, 18, but 10 goals in 18, 18 in 34, 19 in 28. Consistently, other than the first season he moved to Atletico Madrid, consistently good performances. I think we may have a bit of a steal there for Dummermuth. But very, very happy with that. And we've also got, obviously, Bunga, who can welcome in with a bit of German, which is good. Passionately, the nature of the transfer means distance. Obviously, it was increased chance of failure. I was pretty confident we'd get it done. 30 minutes to go. It looks like this is how it's going to finish. Vincent's going to stay. Chia's going to stay. Medina's going to stay. And, yeah, quite a lot. What's Gashi moaning about? Reacted badly to a press conference. Firmino could still move. Other clubs, obviously countries, have... their transfer window still remains slightly different from from England, but there we go. Transfer deadline day has done. Marley from Arsenal to Man United was the biggest deal for 130 million. Bastien Weiger from Lyon for 92 million to Chelsea. Incredible bit of money being thrown around. And obviously Anthony Bonin for 70 million from us to Arsenal, who's already scored for them, by the way. Yeah, he scored on, I think it was his first appearance. He got a goal. But very, very happy with our business there. Overall, I've got a feeling we're in profit. But, yeah, 53 million on Moriba, Joe Gomez 235k, and Max Damamu for 29.5. But on the out, 102 million for Bonin and Abel just on their own. Advin 45.5 for Marin, and another 2.2 million for Gunnarsson as well. And that is, I would argue, a very successful transfer window. Ken Wynn has gone out on loan to Hoffenheim. They're paying all of his wages while he's over there, so he'll go and get some experience. But yeah, all around, very excited. I tried also, off camera, to remember this guy, Stephen Diallo. He's currently on loan at Leeds. I tried to take over his loan because I thought it would be a good issue. And then I realised, when I went into it, Leeds can buy him for 19.2 million. We sold him for 34.5. He had basically half a season at Lazio and then moved to Leeds, where he's doing all right. But as a backup option, I would have been excited to bring him back in. But that will be the end of the episode. It will be the end of January transfer window. Did you enjoy it like that? Would you prefer to see some gameplay? Let me know down below. But all in all, I think a very successful transfer episode, transfer dealings. I think obviously Moriba is a risk at the age of 30. But if he can reproduce what he's done for Chelsea this season already, I'll be very excited. And who's his first game going to be against? Chelsea in 5 days' time. So it'll be very, very interesting. We'll be back for our Europa League knockout ties just here. We'll either do Liverpool in the first round or we'll do both rounds together depending on who we get drawn against. So thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.